A lot of companies like to save money. We know this. We're all in leadership. We've seen often companies sometimes will try to save money in the wrong areas, and it can bite them in the butt. It actually ends up costing them more. As it relates to technology, have you seen stories where a company invested less than they should, try to cut corners, bad things happen, ends up costing more?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we run into it on a regular basis where you either have an IT partner or IT professional working inside of an organization that just doesn't know what they're compromising by going with a lower quality product or misconfiguring an environment, whatever it may be. And so what you end up with is, rather than having a vehicle that you trust and is safe, that you feel confident that when you put your seatbelts on that it's going to protect your family and everything is going to be good, you have a vehicle that's going down the road and you have a little bump in the road and all of a sudden your seatbelt pops off and you have no idea why. And oftentimes that's the kind of thing that we see happen in IT. You have a firewall, you have a switch infrastructure, you have a server environment that doesn't have those best practices, those capabilities or technologies in place. And when the business has a bump, i.e. there's a phishing attack or somebody clicks on something, the organization makes a mistake in some way, the bad guys get in, all of a sudden the seatbelt pops off and the organization's in big trouble.
Yeah. Chris, do you have any specific examples you've seen before of areas where people cut corners and maybe bad things happen?
Yeah, in a network, you're only as secure as your weakest link. So we have had conversations and situations where cutting corners and reducing the number of devices under management. So there may be one device or a handful of devices that are no longer practically getting the updates, or more importantly, the vulnerability management. So new vulnerabilities come out every day, and they call them 0 days. They call them 0 day for a reason. So if you're not on top of that, then that piece of equipment or end user device can be vulnerable. So it's a never-ending game of cat and mouse. And in cutting corners, and this machine doesn't get used that often, so maybe that we could do without that one getting patched every day. Or we've got 10 switches and very few are in this part of the building, and so cutting corners on devices actually leaves you more susceptible